What is going on, my peeps? What is going on, my peeps? Today was so dry. Like I felt like it was too quiet. Like, you know what I mean? But I guess it's because we're so used to it being a certain way. I want to talk to y'all about something tonight, and I hope y'all enjoy it because it could get a little boring sometimes. There's a moment, sort of like an essence that's happening across timelines, whether you're on TikTok, whether you are in a classroom, whether you are at church, whether you are just at your kitchen foyer table, front lawn. There's conversations that are happening. A lot of people are waking up and saying, how in the world did we end up here? How do we get here? What did you know? Nobody's supposed to be here. um, we keep talking about freedom, equality. We talk about community, and yet we still find ourselves battling with being fearless and becoming young billionaires and, you know, what individual success looks like. But it's tied up with salvation. When we look at videos and we stroll past videos of people crying in their cars, they're having to work 2 jobs, 3 jobs, teachers buying supplies out of their own pocket, having to buy their own chairs and stuff, because the schools can't afford it. Students, you know, are like almost apologizing for being burnt out at 21, feeling like school's a scam. The message still stands that you have to try harder. There's like this pressure. Try harder, try harder. Honestly, I think society is way too fast. I think we move way too fast. And like I struggled with this as a teenager. I had to understand that it's okay for me to pace myself. And at times that made me insecure because I'm like, oh, everybody's moving so fast. Everyone's moving so fast. So while I'm moving slow, it looks like I'm falling behind, or I have a deficiency, or I have an illness, or something must be wrong with me, right? But don't get it twisted because the system is built that way. Some would say it's rigged. The system teaches us to survive alone, do it alone, to hustle hard, you know, to just manifest it or have a manifestation mindset, you know. Most of us are realizing that we are in a box, okay? All right. And that in this box is codes to a system that we may never truly understand how it operates. The same thing with the algorithm. It shapes what we see, the social structures, the social acceptance. It shapes how we think, how we react to things, what we love from what we don't love. Back in the day, music used to play a certain amount of time, no matter how long the song was. The song could have been 8 minutes long. Radio would only play 2-3 minutes. And naturally, the attention span would wither away anyway. So I can only imagine what our attention span now is. I'm aging myself. But We can't talk about injustices like it's like some faraway monster. It's like never gonna come out. The monster never shows up at Halloween. At least this kind of monster never does. And it's because it's a monster that lives beneath our comfort. It's something that can't delete. It's part of our habits. It's a part of our quiet compliance, you know? We like to say to we like to like say to children, sharing is caring and work together. And being an educator, like I'm biased right now, right? We praise the one who gets the top mark, you know? We give them their moment, their like 60 seconds of glory, their moment to shine. They go viral in that moment. And yet here we are teaching community, but then we model competition on a whole new wave. Like we idolize competition. Even when you're listening to 1,000 readings or 5 readings or 1 reading and it all says the same thing. These people, they tried to come for you. That's also a form of modeling competition, saying you're better all the time. You're better than these people, or these people did this to you and you outdid them and whatnot. It's like a contradicting echo, right? Whether you're in church, whether you're at work, whether you're in your family. Okay, we say we're all in this together. Hoorah! But you're only in it together until it costs somebody convenience, you know? So I guess tonight's little reading I got splurging on out of my mouth right now is you need to ask yourself, do you feel what I'm feeling? That it's like we got a community, we got a community fridge, you know? It's just a fridge. It gets open sometimes, lose a little power, we have to fix it, you know? I don't know, man. It's like, how do we be resistance? You know, Beyonce's Renaissance is like that, right? She's showing us that there's joy in resistance. I didn't listen to all the track, but you know, it's like the soft life movement that a lot of females are on. It's sometimes misunderstood. If we're not understanding, what we're really saying is we deserve gentleness. We're not machines. That's what we mean when we're saying soft life, slowing down, pacing. I see a lot of things coming out about ADHD lately, you know, and ADHD's been around for a minute. It's been around for a minute. And we have a hard time slowing down because we were built to be machines from when we were young. And then Western culture teaches us all about these medical diagnoses, whatever. Um, Furthermore, okay, there's a lot of unjust things happening in the world, as you know, right? But we're also the people that like keep them running sometimes. Um, I don't want to bring up certain topics, so I'm not going to, but it's like we fuel these things, right? Whether we're strolling past it or whether we're signing up for petitions or whether we're donating or whether we're modeling, whether we're organizing, whatever we're doing strategically, even resting and sleeping, those are all part of this unjust system. You know, I don't know where this is going and why we're on this rant tonight, but yeah. um, try not to ignore what you see is wrong. We gonna be all right. It's okay for us to be in a era where we're learning to see ourselves apart from the whole, and we are transforming. We're at least understanding that transformation doesn't start with just tearing things down. Sometimes it starts with just sitting in the quiet, telling the truth, letting it shake up our lives and shake up our ground. You know, like Jesus, right? He went into the 40 days. Was it 40 days? I don't even know if it was 40 days. But he went into isolation. I'm sure Buddha went into isolation too. I'm sure Mother Mary went into isolation. Everybody went into isolation, and they were probably deemed crazy for a time. And then they came out like, I'm a G. They came out like they were ready because they had that eureka moment or that insane moment where they're like, yo, I need some time to myself. And then they come out, they're still not perfect. And your children and the children around you and the younger generation and people around you, they're never gonna be perfect. So I have to ask you tonight, what are you participating in? Because if it's not healing, which is a transformative state, okay, there's no like, oh, I'm healed. It's like healing is ongoing. Okay, even in what we do together as a community. We don't need no more heroes. We don't need no more heroes. Okay? We need to act like we're human beings. Okay? And to see that we got to start doing things slightly different. I seen this video the other day where it was like, I strolled on it and it was like, so are we all going to start talking about robbing grocery stores? Because the prices are just way too high. And I thought to myself, like, you know, I thought this a couple months ago, but now that it's out, imagine how many other people are thinking about robbing grocery stores because the prices are too high. So I don't know, man. Take a deep breath and just keep looking at life the way you want to keep looking at it. Keep looking at your family the way you want to look at it. Keep looking at church the way you want to look at it. Or you can ask, what am I upholding by being here and being a part of this? What am I sustaining? How am I helping this sustain? How am I like resting back and doing nothing about what's happening here? And what am I not doing that I could be doing to reimagine how this is going to play out in my life and in the lives of others? Because we could just listen to podcasts or listen to readings, or we can refuse to live half ass and we can refuse to live the way that life has been set up. It's like saying you have to play the game this way. No, you don't. And some of y'all been playing this game the same way they told you to play this game. Some of y'all been doing things the way the system was built. And the system was built to deny you of having full life and being fully alive. I don't know about y'all, but in Canada we have fully alive. Okay. So, yeah, that's the call tonight. We out. Oh man, y'all be up in here. Hi everyone. Y'all have a good night.